The thing, I think there's many things that you can do with side projects. And I think the most important reason here, especially for the folks here, is the pragmatic one, which is it can help you with your career. A lot of the folks in our community are quite junior. I think right now it's just really brutal to be a junior engineer because there's a lot of people coming into tech, which is amazing. But the rate at which the number of jobs for entry level positions is growing is not matching that kind of influx of supply. So it's quite difficult to find a job as a junior engineer, which sucks, and which is something that Rahul and I really want to help you with. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with the vicious cycle where you don't have any work experience because you're a junior engineer. You go to a company, you go, hey, can I have a job? And they're like, well, you don't have any work experience. But then you're like, but I don't have any work experience because no companies like you are not going to give me work experience, right? So it's just a vicious cycle. And I think I firmly believe that side projects is one of the most powerful ways for you to break out of that cycle. But the thing about side projects is that they're pretty dang close to work experience, right? Let's zoom out and think about like how software works. The point of a tech company is to release some software product that is used by a lot of people at scale. And in this day and age, you can more or less do that exact thing, like building a software product used by a bunch of people from the comfort of your own home without working for anybody. I have built multiple apps now with over 100,000 users just for fun on the side. Yeah, I 100% believe that side projects are the most powerful non-work learning lever that you have. Like, this is going to sound maybe a bit bleak, but I think in a couple of years you won't really have that much of a choice when it comes to side projects. When I first got into like tech, which is as a UCLA student, I didn't see very many projects on resumes. It was just you have work experience, you have your education, and then you have other stuff people put on their resume, like extracurriculars and stuff, like whatever. As I was like leaving UCLA, and just when I was working at PayPal, I started looking at resumes, and then more and more people started having projects like on their resumes. And by the time I got to Course Hero, which was like 2015, 2017, as the Android lead, I read a lot of Android resumes because I was in charge of hiring for the Android team. Everyone had projects at this point. But like, here's the thing: everyone had projects, but very few people had projects that were actually impactful, like projects that actually had users on it. Most of the projects I saw on resumes were just like, projects they built for fun to learn a technology, like they followed some tutorial for Node.js, and they maybe deployed it, but it doesn't have any users. Or just like some projects they built in school, because I think schools are also wising up now, and they're having students build like these actual things that you can deploy to prod. But like none of them like had any real impact, right? You just wrote the code, dropped it, and then there's a GitHub repo, but like no one uses it. We're going to reach the next level, right? So we have like no projects to non-impactful projects. And I think in 5 years, maybe shorter, maybe longer, everyone is going to, not everyone, but like a lot of people are going to have side projects that are impactful. Like you're going to, like, if you're a hiring manager, you're going to get like hundreds of resumes. And I think you're going to start seeing a bunch more resume, like at least a couple dozen, where these folks actually already have really amazing side projects. Like they've already deployed software at scale from the comfort of their own home, not working for anybody. And if you aren't able to get to that level, you're going to be left behind.